Hey guys, welcome to the Art of the Dog. Another episode, another week of hopefully learning and having some fun here. If you notice a rocket flying around the room, it's probably my co-host this week, which is Prince the kitten. And I've seen him come, I've seen him go. I thought it was a skyrocket, but it's Prince. You may catch him during the show. You may stop by to say hi. Everybody knows that my favorite dog is a rescue dog. And I was at a friend's house yesterday who just rescued a little girl named Lily. She's some kind of poo dog, but she's small and she's extremely afraid and extremely shy. So I stopped by to see him to help my friends get acclimated to this pup because they've been living with her for about a month and have not touched her yet. So we know she needs some help. We're going to coax the situation along. So I stopped by, took my time because patience is what it's all about mostly. Finally got her onto a red leash. And step number one, take your time, relax, let her get used to the red leash. Eventually, start to slowly bring her in, tiny inch at a time, tiny inch at a time. Before you know, she's up to you, and she's not going to bite you. She's not going to be happy with what's going on, but she's not going to bite you. What I do want to happen is I want a boatload of my scent to get in this dog's nose and affect the olfactories, because that's the most solid and fastest way for her to trust me and get to know me. So it just took probably almost a whole hour before I could see her start to relax, and maybe we can start to walk. Walking was a big deal with her because she had never been on a leash before. And we're talking about the red leash, of course, my go-to toy. Anyway, step number 3 with this little puppy is to get her to walk. Now, getting her to walk for the first couple times in the formal walk, which means she's on a red leash. Red leash is high behind the ears. She's at my foot, which is called heel. That's what heel means. Walking your dog at the foot of your heel, at the heel of your foot, and then get her to finally relax, tiny steps at a time, and we actually got her walking. Before I left, I kind of pushed it a little along and wanted these people to understand that they had a lot of work to do. I explained to them what techniques they should be using, but I wanted them to be able to hold this dog that has not been touched yet. So what I did is I took the leash and you kind of lead the dog in, let's say, a left direction, while I scoop my hand underneath her belly and pull in the other direction. So this is what it looks like. Leash here, pulling this way, pulling belly this way. Next thing you know is she's on your lap. She also can't turn around to strike you even if she wants. But once she gets on to your lap and she's relaxed, you're in, you're home. She's not going to have a fit. She's not going to have a fuss. She's just going to stay there and relax, which is exactly what she did until she fell asleep. Hey, how about another little lesson for today about calling your dog and having them actually come? That's one of the major complaints I have. My dog just won't come when it's called. I have a suggestion for you. Get yourself about a 25 to 50 foot tether. You can get them at a PetSmart type store, maybe even Tractor Supply. But you got a tether. Now a tether isn't like a rope, it's a flat, like a collar, and it's a pretty tough material. What you want to do is you want to get your dog to actually be connected to your tether and have your dog walk away. And you simply do this just by ignoring your dog. Trust me, they'll walk out there and they'll walk away. Then I want you to say, hey, Fido, come. When you do that, you give him a little bit of a pull. Fido, come. Fido, come. While you're bringing the dog in. You're actually reeling the dog in. Fido, come. And then once he gets in, you just kiss a lot of puppy butt. Oh, good boy. That's fantastic. Good come. Good come. Do this again. Do this again for maybe a whole day, half a day, 2 days, and you're going to have a dog that comes when he calls. I belong to an organization called Animal Friends of Wyoming County, and we have a newspaper, and on the newspaper every month they request that I send in something called Tippys tips. And they're just little tips that you can use while you're training your dog or trying to get your dog to understand what you want. The last weekend's tip were something about safety, okay? And one is the expandable leash. I know people love their expandable leashes because they think they're giving their dog freedom. My problem with the expandable leash is it's dangerous. One little mistake and your dog is gonna wander out in the street when he's not allowed to, and we know how destructive or scary that can be. The other thing is, one of the things that makes me roll my eyes when I see it, and I get it, you think you're giving your dog freedom by putting a harness on your dog, and then just let your dog do his thing. You're not controlling the dog. You're actually asking your dog to pull when you put a harness on him. Think of a mush dog, a sled dog. You're literally asking him to pull with a harness. So what I want you to do is give up the harness, get onto the red leash, and walk your dog in a formal walk, which is by the side of your leg, by your foot. That's why we call it heel, okay? It's by the heel of your foot. You know, one of the fun things to observe about our pets is the reality of what they really are and what some of the reality of their behavior is. For example, a lot of people will tell me their dogs get very rambunctious around 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night, especially if there's more than one dog in the house. That's when you'll find that they're wrestling, that's when they're having a lot of fun, but that's when they're a little crazy. Good word, because the real name for it is this is the midnight crazies. This is a true wolf behavior. So the wolf pack, after their meal, you'll find them wrestling and be a little crazy like. It's just the midnight crazies. Okay, so I want you to look at your dog, and please don't look at your dog as another little human being in the house, because they're not. I want you to understand that first, they're animal. These are truly an animal in your house. Second of all, they are species, which is a dog. Then they're a breed. Once their breed is understood, then you'll understand your dog better, what the breed means, what the breed is all about. Then finally, you have your pet. How great of a pet and how adapted a pet will be is how much training you put into it and how much care and attention you put into the direction of your pet. So anyway, a few things I'd like to talk about, because I always want to keep us educated. One is talk about YouTube and Spotify and some of the podcast information that you need to catch the show. All I want you to do is go on YouTube. Look for the icon that is the Art of the Dog book. It's round. It has the German Shepherd on it. And you'll find all the podcasts that have already been done, all in chronological order, okay? So they're going to be easy to follow. And all I need from you guys is to enjoy, relax, watch them, learn, and then share them. Spread the word. Let's keep this thing going, because I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary mostly for the dogs, and I think it's necessary for us, the dog owners. Prince the kitten, and what a great guy he is. Of course, you know, he was the rocket that we saw flying around the room. And he's got a lot of energy he wants to get rid of today. So what do you say? What do you say, kitten? Prince, you gonna hang out with me? You're gonna take off? He says, I'll see you later.